I commit to you, you are my God, and I will not forsake thee. For you provide redeeming love, I worship thee completely.
Today, I wanted to talk about self-love. I just wanted to kind of address the thoughts that come into our minds. When I was at a place where I didn't love myself, I had thoughts such as, it's hot in here, so don't mind the AC. Today I just wanted to talk about the journey of learning to love yourself and what that really looks like. So the first steps really are to accept the fact that God loves you personally as much as you love, or more than you love, the person you love the most. That you are not excluded from his love, and that when you see a person that you love and you know that they deserve the love of God, that is the love of God that you also deserve. So accepting that and letting it settle in your soul and letting go of the beliefs that you don't deserve God's love because of some perceived mistake or personality flaw. If you can let those go, then you can let God's love in. After you've done that, it's easier to see yourself as the little child that you are on the inside, the child of God, the divine innocence. And even if you feel like you've lived a sinful or messy life, that doesn't take away that innocence or that youth or that child of God, divine nature within you. One thing that I really want to touch on today is negative beliefs. So when I was first starting out on my journey, I had a lot of negative beliefs about myself and about how others perceived me. And it kept me from doing the things that I wanted to do and living life in an authentic way. So to touch on that, some of these beliefs sounded like I'm not worthy of love. If I changed, then I'd be happy. If I was different, then I would be worthy of love. A lot of setting the bar too high as well. So I would set really high goals because I saw that I was an intelligent person, that I was a capable person, but I saw those highest percentages of my highest achievements and figured that that should be my norm 100% of the time. I would think to myself, well, I'm capable of this, so this is what I should do all the time. And that's not how humans work, right? So the idea of like, well, I should be able to wake up at 4 a.m. and work out for 3 hours and have a completely productive day and a great night routine and have that happen every single day for the rest of my life, right? And that bar was what I was trying to make myself reach. Similar with grades, I would be like, well, I'm capable of getting A's. I am capable of doing really, really well on assignments, so I should be doing that caliber all the time. And that's also not realistic. So these bars kind of degrade trust in oneself. So if you're setting the bar up here and you're almost getting there, but just not quite, you're never quite reaching it, then you start to think, well, when I say I'm going to do something, I never do it. And you start to lose trust in yourself, right? So we don't want that. In this community, what we are building is a relationship with ourselves that is positive and loving. And a positive, loving relationship is not a relationship without trust. And it's not one with self-hatred or with the energy of bringing each other down. So if you truly can love yourself and see yourself as a partner in life, see yourself as a true divine son or daughter of God, then you are able to let go of some of these things and step forward, right? You're able to lower the bar to what you can achieve and start to build that trust in yourself. And you don't have to accept that low, right? If you're like, but I want this high, this is my goal, this is what I want, so I should be able to do that. You will eventually, but you need to build trust in yourself so that when you tell yourself you're going to do something, you do it. And that's not going to happen if the bar is so high that you can barely reach it on your most energetic and hormonally balanced and least stressful day, because that's not every day. So you want to lower the bar to things that you can achieve easily. And when you get to that point where you are achieving these small goals, and you're building that trust in yourself and you want to stretch that, then you just add a little bit more and a little bit more and build that trust back in yourself, that when you say you're going to do something, you do it. And that self-integrity and that trust that if you have a wonderful friend who would do anything that you asked, and if you needed somebody to take care of, like, water your plants while you were on a trip, you know that they would do it and they would take care of it. That's how you should also feel about yourself. You should know that when you are at your worst, the best version of you is going to take care of you. And when you are at your best, you're being supported emotionally, right? So these are things that psychologically are hard to develop. So you want to make it as simple as possible and build it up over time. Give yourself months to do this, just one step at a time. And make sure that you distinguish what you tell yourself you're going to do and your professional life, right? Always tell yourself the truth. Don't lie to yourself. Especially in the beginning, it can be kind of weird to be like, it's okay to lie to other people, because it's not. But if you're to the point where you're lying to the people in your life and you're lying to yourself, the better way is to make sure at least that you are entirely honest with yourself. Okay, so first we have established that relationship with God, with Christ, and know on that side that you are always supported, that you are always loved. Then developing that relationship with yourself, that you are always supported, you are always loved by yourself. And the first kind of step of doing that is building trust with yourself, of giving yourself the benefit of the doubt and letting yourself achieve small goals and being so proud of yourself for doing that. The same as you would be if you saw somebody in your family or one of your friends who had a small goal and they achieved it, you would be so excited for them. The same thing with you. You're going to offer yourself that love and support. So if usually you're kind of resentful about achieving things because the things that you are achieving you feel like are out of your control or what somebody else wants, those kinds of thoughts, let those go and let the relationship that you are forming with yourself take priority over other people and the negativity and the negative belief systems. So let this relationship take priority, and that is going to help you to focus on letting yourself celebrate achievements. I know I wouldn't celebrate completing homework assignments because I hated homework and I hated school, and I didn't understand why the thing that I was doing was important. So I didn't want to celebrate that I had completed something, that I had achieved something, because it was like I was it's kind of like the idea of revenge or like not forgiving somebody. I felt like I was punishing this thing that I hated by not participating in celebration for myself. So which is silly, because the homework was not going to feel that, right? Only I was feeling that negativity. So when you can prioritize your relationship with yourself and know that you deserve to feel proud of your accomplishments, then you're able to do a little dance every time that you submit an assignment, and to tell yourself things like, you did so good, I'm so proud of you, you turned it in before the deadline, that's awesome. And those kinds of things that will help you to have more positive interactions with yourself throughout the day. Celebrating these small wins is really important for growth in this relationship with yourself. Now, why would you want to have a relationship with yourself? Why would you want to focus on creating a loving relationship with just yourself? The reasons that I needed to do that was because I was holding myself back from the things that I wanted in life, and I was not achieving the goals that I wanted to achieve. I wasn't doing anything that I felt like really mattered, and I wouldn't let myself do those things because I didn't like myself, I didn't trust myself, and at times I loathed myself, right? So if those thoughts are taking up the majority of your mind, as they were mine, it can cause negative spirals, and it can lead you to living a life that is not in your best interest. That is not the life that is going to bless you. It's not the life that's going to bless other people, filled with resentment, with begrudging actions. And you want to make sure that if you are choosing to do something, you are the one who chose to do it, and that because you chose to do it, you get to enjoy the experience. I ended up taking a year off of school and investing in figuring out how to run a business, figuring out music and music production, and trying to figure out things like that. And so I just took a whole year off and just focused on that. And I know that's not possible for a lot of people, but I was living at home with my parents. I was willing to do that so that I could have this time with myself, and that's what I focused on. As I did that, I learned the things that I am interested in and got to know myself really well. And it was very important for me to do that because when I enrolled in school again, it wasn't what people expected of me. It wasn't because I had to. It was because I was choosing to do that for my life. I looked at all of the options and decided to do it because that's what I think would benefit my life, right? So as you're going through this journey, really think about the idea of agency. Are you choosing to do this, or are you letting what you think the perceptions of others are dictate your choices? Because that's not agency, right? You want to make sure that it's you and Christ who are making these decisions, and not what your perception of what other people want is making those decisions. as you do that, you're going to start creating a life that you love and an existence that is beautiful and full of richness. And there will still be ebbs and flows, ups and downs, but I have found that it has very much synced and neutralized for me. I feel a lot calmer, I feel a lot happier, and I am practicing being a good partner to myself. In times when I'm really struggling, I will recognize, oh, I'm really struggling. And I will think to myself, how can I help myself and support myself through this time of me struggling? And it helps me to not burn out. I don't get overly frustrated. I don't get overly sad. The only times I do is when I am like switching hormones. I do have one day, usually a month, where things are a little sketchy in the emotional department, but I am able to take care of that little girl who is scared or angry or frustrated, and self-soothe and those sorts of things. When I did not like myself and did not have a positive relationship with myself, and I was struggling and I had fears and doubts, or if I was angry, the negative belief system version of myself wasn't there to support me. It usually made things worse and kind of caused negative cycles to happen. So I didn't want that. It's kind of like my old mindset was like a toxic ex, right? That would just kind of fuel my negativity, and so that they could bring me down to be in their negativity. That's kind of how I view my old mindsets. And my belief systems have evolved since then to be more either neutral or positive most of the time. I still have moments where old belief systems will sneak in, but they rarely stay because they are not the majority, if that makes sense. The majority is love and positivity and support and strength and beauty and wonder, and those kinds of emotions and experiences, those are the majority. And so when the old belief systems pop in to say hello, they don't hurt me anymore, and they just exist. So it's super wonderful to be able to let go of those belief systems, because I have been able to really be okay. So another thing that I really want to mention is that as I've gone through this journey, I have not just done inner work, I have also gotten professional help. So I have been tested I've been tested and diagnosed with ADHD and social anxiety, and I am medicated for those things. So I have been doing a lot of inner work and a lot of belief system work and creating this relationship with myself, but I have also gotten the help that I needed medically. So if you are in a similar boat where you're feeling very anxious or depressed or in a negative cycle, or like the world doesn't understand you because you are different, make sure that you are getting the help that you need from psychologists or doctors or therapists, the people who can help you with what you need, because my medications have allowed me to regulate my emotions a lot easier, and without them I would still be doing it because I have that inner work and that drive and those positive belief systems now, but it would be much harder. It would be like walking through mud, right? It would be harder and it would take longer for me to emotionally regulate. So take that with a grain of salt, whatever you believe you need to do. But I just wanted to make that clear that my medications have assisted me and made it easier for me to do this. So there is that caveat.